Yes, back like we never left. BDA, of course. Who else? One Piece episode review. That's different, right? I'm normally reviewing the manga. This is the episode review. The reason why I haven't been doing episode reviews is because I wasn't caught up. I was disappointed with how the Coliseum and the fights were going, was being drawn out, and I wasn't enjoying it. So I said, let me give it 20 episodes, then binge watch and see how it goes. So I did that, and I enjoyed it. So now, episode reviews, right? First, let me recap the most recent arc, I guess. Corazon. How great of a character was Corazon? I mean, the fact that he gave his life for Law, and he showed Law what it was to be a kid who had a parent that cared about him. Because he told Law, man, when Law was laying down, he was sleeping. Well, Law was supposedly sleeping, but he heard all these things. And he said, man, I can just imagine what you're going through right now. And I just want to let you know that, yo, I feel for you. And he was crying. He was like, a kid shouldn't have to go through this. After that, Law starts calling him Corazon, right? And then Corazon, he's just doing his thing. And he's just an upbeat character, pretty much the opposite of Doflamingo, right? And it's crazy. This goes back to siblings and how two siblings, same mother, same dad, and they can be just complete opposites. We see that all the time in anime and in real life. So that was cool how that tied into it. The feels though, like you cannot tell me how when Corazon got shot by Doflamingo and he held on to make sure that Law escaped so that he could be free. Like, you can't tell me that didn't affect you. Like, he held on so that Law could scream, and Law was screaming in silence because the pain that he felt because Corazon was dying right outside of that box, man. Like, that was just great, and I just had to touch on that. But let's get to 708, okay? 708 basically is Doflamingo versus Law, Luffy versus Bellamy, Zoro versus Pika. No, Zoro and Pika playing hide and seek. That's what it is. Let's touch on Zoro versus Pika first. Pika, his voice, it makes me laugh. So I know Zoro all the time is just cackling because Pika laughs and goes like, "Oi, oi, was that your laugh?" He's like, "What about it?" He's like, it just sounded stupid. They're still playing hide and seek, and I'm over it. I'm just ready for Zoro to wash this guy. Luffy and Bellamy, that's been drawn on a bit too long. It's been drawn out. Luffy jumps over Bellamy, Red Hawk, get a second Gatling gun, and it was done. Why didn't you do that before? Back to Luffy and Pika though. Some of the soldiers, they try to attack Zoro, but here comes my guy Orlumbus, right? And Orlumbus has been hot in the streets recently because of the manga chapter. I'm not going to spoil it for just the anime watchers, but a lot of foreshadowing in this episode because after Orlumbus does his bowling technique where guys line up and he bowls them down, he says, you know what? If this were the seas, because Zoro says, you know what? You're alright, man. You're cool. He's like, if this were the seas, man, I would support you with my fleet, right? And we know right now the fleet talk is picking up, yo. But I'm not going to get into that because every time I talk about that, the hype level is raised. So to the main course of this episode, Doflamingo versus Law. Law is severely outclassed by Doflamingo. Law is pulling out everything. Messed, tact, room. He didn't attempt shambles because he did shambles on like debris to attack him. His injection shot, it hit Doflamingo, but it did nothing, right? And Doflamingo is basically playing with him. Law goes for tact. He has debris fall on Doflamingo, spiderweb, that blocks it. He goes in for mess to try and knock Doflamingo's heart out. Doflamingo grabs his hand and is like, Law, why are you doing these meaningless attacks? You know what? You should have probably stuck to your initial plan, okay? Knock out my factory, have Kaido come for me, because you obviously have no chance. Doflamingo is talking smack because Law is going in, oh, I'm a D, blah, 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 and he's like, yo, I'm the heavenly demon, son. Law gets his arm chopped off, and I preferred it in the manga because it had more climax leading up to it. In this one, they didn't even show the arm getting chopped off. They just showed the arm laying to the side. So that wasn't as great as I thought it would be. So it was cool though, but Doflamingo is toying with Law. Law goes in for the same move he used on Virgo. He used his Throom and he went in for his shot, right? His slash that cut Virgo and that mountain in half. It looks similar. Doflamingo cancels that out with his hockey. He has his foot, boom, hockey up, cancel out. You saw sparks and all that, so he just canceled that out. So that shows it's different levels to Law and Doffy at this point. And Doffy, every time those veins pop out, man, how can you not like that scene? Doffy, best villain so far in my opinion. Like the dude is epic, man. Law. This episode was great though. It had some progression. The Luffy versus Bellamy thing is taking way too long. I'm hoping we get past that soon. But Luffy has destroyed the clone now, and he's supposedly is about to go up to the top level to go against Doflamingo. One last thing, Trable, his voice actor, I salute you, brother, because you are annoying as shit. His voice, the whole time Law is fighting Doflamingo, oh Law, hey man, Law, I'm like, oh my god. He's like, why are you ignoring me, Law? Like I said, his voice actor, he's doing his job because he's super annoying. Back to the Law and Doflamingo thing though, the fact that Law got his arm cut off, that's not a huge deal in my opinion, because he has the Opie no me. He is a doctor. He can put his arm back on pretty easily. I don't think it's going to be that much of a trouble for him to put his arm back on. And Doffy, he pulled out that gun again, you know, the lead gun that he shoots everybody with to show his authority over them. Yeah, he pulled that out again. And you know, Law, his disease back in the day, it's kind of like, okay, like, come on, Doffy. He just likes to get into your mind and just crush you mentally and physically. Like, that's the type of person Doflamingo is, and that's what makes him an epic villain. That's it though for the episode. Great stuff. I'm ready to get past the Luffy and Bellamy thing. Let's get Luffy versus Doflamingo going. We know why we're here, right? We know what's coming. We know what's beyond the horizon, right? And that's what I'm waiting for. That moment when Luffy says, okay, I'm sure even if you just watch the anime, you know what goes down. That's it though. Like the video if you did. Comment. Let me know what you thought about the Doflamingo versus Law fight, because I think Doflamingo is clearly outclassing Law. Law has no chance at this point. And do you think Luffy versus Bellamy should have been over by now? And that clone, like that clone is just, it should be fodderized because it doesn't stand a chance against Luffy. But like I said, like the video if you did, comment and subscribe to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, for more content, okay? And you know, just have a great day.